I'm just a lazy video gamer, even too lazy to make a new intro. Hello out there in the land, it's me again, the lazy video gamer, and maybe you can see it or spot it in the back. Today, it's the day I'll take my shot on soccer games for the Sega Saturn. So sit back, relax, enjoy, take your beverage and let the whistle blow. So, and we're starting with International Victory Goal. The starting game on the Sega Saturn was not only very arcadey, it brought a couple of teams, a good graphic, and as I said, heavily focused on arcade gameplay and a great presentation. Coconuts, Japan and US Gold presented us an official soccer game to the Olympic soccer tournament in Atlanta 1996, together with Silicon Dreams. After this, well, let me say, poor rendered intro, a nice looking soccer game.
Save. Wonderful shot.
Once again, Sega Sports and Gremlin Interactive. Yes, UEFA Euro 96 was a Saturn exclusive soccer game about the European Championship from the year 1996. If you see the game, you very soon have the idea that you saw this game once before, and yes, you did it. The game was released also on the PlayStation as actual soccer and not only there. On the Saturn was the game released as Actua Soccer Club Edition with British teams. Both games back in the day, okay to play, but yeah, there were some competitors out there. And again, Sega Sports. Yeah, but this time for real. Sega Worldwide Soccer 97. Hasn't only a cool intro, it also making some steps from International Victory Goal, who was very arcadey, to this formula, a more simulation style game. Various teams from all over the world to play, weather conditions to change, stadiums to select, practically everything a football fan was looking for.
Switzerland versus Germany.
Great sound, and yes, for back in the day, an awesome graphic.
We've seen a very promising opening period of the play.
And when it comes to the gameplay,
Oh, there's a
what
nice
should I
touch.
say? It's still today one of my favorite games from the system.
And the referee issues a caution.
Now Sega did it again, or should I say, did it as well. Sega of Japan released a game in the tradition or in the way of the FIFA games, the Road to World Cup games, who were more known by Electronic Arts as well. They rebranded Sega World Soccer 97, made some new menus. You try in this version of the game as the Japanese team to get to the tournament.
前半の45分が始まります。このカードは
Or play the
お
tournament
願いします。
itself with the team
左サイドから
of
の
your
展開。
selection.
落ち着いゴールか。
Now, yes, I mentioned it. Of course, the FIFA games from Electronic Arts can't be let out in the special. Not the baddest graphic, not the baddest version or interpretation of the sport, but also, in my opinion, not the best.
Taken then by the keeper. Sforza, good skill there.
Now, Sega Worldwide Soccer 98 is very funny. You saw I selected the English language. Why? I want to point that out. It was called Club Edition. And it depends on the language you choose which clubs you can play. If you selected the British language, you had the British clubs to select. If you selected the French language, you can play as teams from France. And if you're selecting Spanish as your language, what could that be? Okay, when it comes to the game itself, it is a new incarnation of last year's formula. Sadly, a little bit rushed, so it has its problems within the game's saving options.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Gary
So,
Bloom alongside me, Jeff
but
Johnson.
yeah, when it
Welcome
comes to the
tonight's match.
actual game,
I've
it
certainly
is
been looking forward to it.
What a fantastic occasion. The fans are in
real
this place and
good.
all the players look like they're all keen
Back in
to
the day,
play.
we had
I
this,
think the players have
let
a
me say
very
this,
sorry match ahead of them.
this triforce of soccer games. We have the Electronic Arts FIFA games. Pro Evolution Soccer was, or International Superstar Soccer was a franchise who was very well known, and the Sega games were very popular.
They're looking desperately to find a way through.
Showed the power of the Saturn. So Silicon Dreams presents us World League Soccer 98, a good looking and well playing soccer game, which I can also
And they're
recommend
well
to you.
represented up front in this attack. Good move. Strike at goal by Head. Austria might be the threat here. That's it. It's there. The cross came over.
Now I skipped the title screen of this game for now. Why? I have here a point that I want to talk about. There was back in the 16-bit era a certain game, and also very well known in the arcade, we all adore. I'm talking about Super Sidekicks. And this game, in my opinion, which you see here now, is, let me say, a copy of it. I mean, many people say copying something is a sign that the original is good. It feels so heavily inspired by Super Sidekicks, from the optics, the sound. Yeah, this game is actually Taito's Hat Trick Hero, never released in Europe, but comes with a real cool presentation, very arcadey. So the game actually is very hard, but it is really cool. It makes a lot of fun even today. But yeah, back in the day I hadn't the money for a Neo Geo, and nowadays not the space for a console more. So this is in fact a game who comes very close to the original, but it makes fun, and it also has a sequel in the arcade. So, and those were all my games that I have on the Saturn in this type of sport. I hope you enjoyed it, and grab your copies out of the shelf and play around today as well. Till the next Sunday, have a great and fantastic time, and don't forget, the better one wins.